Welcome, my dear friends, to our third class on unit of logic. Today, we shall try to communicate the unit of logic called proposition. This class is very important for our HS first year students. This class has two parts, proposition part A and proposition part B. It will be helpful for you if you try to understand the unit of logic called proposition, repeatedly observing the video of this class. My dear friends, our mother tongue is Bengali. We are trying to communicate several terms and concepts related to unerring thinking process and necessary humanistic vision of education in English. There is no doubt that English is an international language. However, our language of communication may put a barrier before our common end. As this class is a student-oriented online class, so I shall try to abolish that barrier, sharing some necessary terms and concepts in our mother tongue. Let us start. This class is on HS first year proposition part A, unit 2 and chapter 1. Proposition means a proposition is a judgment expressed in language. We shall try to understand this sentence. A proposition is a statement expressed in language. Specific contents of this class are concept, judgment and proposition. We should try to understand 6 points in this class: logic, inborn logicians, 2 perspectives of a concept, constituent of a judgment, concept and judgment, and scientific temperament. Let us start with logic. My dear friends, several instruments are needed to make our teaching learning process or a class fruitful and effective one, such as chalk, duster, board, pen, paper, pencil, books and journals, etc. Pen, paper, pencil, chalk, duster, board, books and journals, etc. are unconscious instruments in our thinking and learning process. These unconscious instruments cannot make our teaching and learning process or a class fruitful and effective one. These unconscious instruments are unaware of the specific contents of this class. These unconscious instruments are unaware of COVID-19. These unconscious instruments are unaware of your HSLC results. These unconscious instruments cannot themselves make this class a fruitful and effective one. These unconscious instruments are useless in our teaching and learning process. Without a conscious instrument, there must be some instrument which is aware of the specific contents of this class, which is aware of COVID-19, which is aware of your HSLC results. So the obvious question is, what is that conscious instrument which makes our teaching and learning process a fruitful and effective one? My dear friends, it is nothing but inborn capacity of human persons or an act of conscience by which we try to compare between two perspectives of something, theoretical perspective and pragmatic perspective. We try to establish a relation of agreement or disagreement between two concepts. We try to express our framed hypothesis or estimated relation in language. We try to examine and verify and justify nature of knowledge. This inborn capacity or conscious instrument of a human person is called logic. So, the first point, what is logic? Logic is the conscious instrument or inborn capacity. My dear friends, instrument is of two kinds, unconscious instrument and conscious instrument. Chalk, duster, board, pen, paper, pencil, books and journals, etc. are unconscious instruments. And our inborn capacity or conscious instrument, inborn capacity is the conscious instrument in our teaching and learning process. This conscious instrument is able to make this class as a fruitful and effective one. So, the first point, what is logic? Logic is the conscious instrument or inborn capacity of a human person. Let us try to identify inborn logicians. My dear friends, you have acquired HSLC certificate. Logic is not an acquired property of a human person. Logic is the inborn property of a human person. Great logician, great philosopher René Descartes has recognized this inborn capacity of a human person or conscious instrument of a human person or conscious instrument in our thinking and learning process, which makes a class fruitful and effective one as innate idea. Descartes has recognized inborn capacity of a human person as innate idea. A human person gifted with innate idea or inborn capacity is able to compare two perspectives of a thing, two perspectives of a concept, is able to compare theoretical perspective and pragmatic perspective of a concept. A human person gifted with inborn capacity or conscious instrument or innate idea is able to estimate a relation or to frame a hypothesis or to find out a relation of agreement or disagreement between two concepts. A human person gifted with inborn capacity or conscious instrument is able to express estimated relation or framed hypothesis in language. So, a human person gifted with innate idea or inborn capacity or conscious instrument or conscience or sense of right and wrong or sense of necessary relation between two ends of the same thread or sense of necessary relation between equal and opposite or common sense is called a logician. So my dear friends, you are inborn logicians. I always try to address my students as my dear friends because you are endowed with inborn capacity. You are gifted with conscious instrument. So you are inborn logicians. Now let us try to understand two perspectives of a concept. The notion or idea is called a concept. The notion or idea of something is called a concept. A concept has, I have considered here something as a concept. So a concept has two perspectives, theoretical perspective and pragmatic perspective. A concept has two perspectives, theoretical perspective and pragmatic perspective. Theoretical perspective is the external meaning of a thing or visual meaning of a thing or apparent meaning of a thing or perceptual meaning of a thing. We have the concept of Spider-Man. The concept of Spider-Man is true from theoretical perspective. There is nothing like Spider-Man in actual world or in our physical world or in this equal and opposite manifested nature. So the concept Spider-Man has no utility in our pragmatic life. So the concept Spider-Man has no pragmatic perspective. It is true from theoretical perspective, it is false from pragmatic perspective. So a concept may be theoretical concept. The concept of Spider-Man is a theoretical concept. Pragmatic perspective is the practicability of something in this equal and opposite manifested nature, is the practicability of something in this physical world, practicability of something in a laboratory, practicability of something in a particular field, practicability of something in our particular subject, practicability or utility of something is called pragmatic perspective of a concept. Practicability or utility of something is called pragmatic perspective of a concept. An illiterate human person uses a particular application of his smartphone. So he has notion or idea of that particular application from pragmatic perspective. He knows nothing about the name of that application. That means he knows nothing about the theoretical perspective of that concept. So his notion or idea or concept regarding that particular application of his smartphone is true from pragmatic perspective. We have the concept of water. Water is the name of a substance, liquid, water. That name is theoretical perspective of water. We practically use water, so we have notion or idea of water from pragmatic perspective. Now, the concept of water is true from theoretical perspective as well as pragmatic perspective. Now, it is clear that a concept is the notion or idea of something either from theoretical perspective or from pragmatic perspective or from both theoretical perspective and pragmatic perspective. Now the conclusion is, concept is the idea or notion of theoretical perspective or pragmatic perspective or both theoretical perspective and pragmatic perspective of something. Now let us try to understand constituent of a judgment. First of all, we try to understand constituent. If we try to construct a building, then several elements are necessary, such as rod, cement, brick, etc. Each element is called a constituent. Now, we are trying to understand constituent of a judgment. A concept is the notion of something either from theoretical perspective or from pragmatic perspective or from both theoretical perspective and pragmatic perspective. Whenever we try to establish a relation of agreement or disagreement between two concepts, then each concept is called a constituent. Whenever we try to establish a relation between two concepts, then each concept is called a constituent of a judgment. and the estimated relation or framed hypothesis is called judgment. Once again, each element is called constituent. If we try to construct a building, then each element is called a constituent. Similarly, if we try to establish a relation of agreement and disagreement between two concepts, then each concept is called a constituent. Suppose the concept of man, then man is called a constituent, and the concept of mortality is called a constituent. And human person gifted with conscious instrument or inborn capacity tries to establish a relation of agreement or disagreement between two concepts. We always try to establish a relation of agreement or disagreement, that means either affirmative relation or negative relation between two concepts. When we establish a relation between two concepts, then each concept is called a constituent, and the established relation or framed hypothesis or estimated relation is called judgment. Now let us try to establish a relation between man and mortality. There is an agreement or affirmative relation between man and mortality. So we have established an affirmative relation between man and mortality. Man is mortal. This relation is the relation of agreement or affirmative relation. Now the concept man is called constituent, mortality is called constituent, and the framed relation man is mortal is called a judgment. Now let us try to establish a relation of disagreement or negative relation between two concepts. First concept man, another concept immortality. Now if we try to establish a relation between man and immortality, then that relation will be negative relation or relation of disagreement. Man is not immortal. Man is not immortal is called judgment, and man is called a constituent of a judgment. Immortality is called a constituent of a judgment, and the established relation is called judgment, relation of agreement or disagreement. Now we have to conclude that what is a judgment? A judgment is an estimated relation or framed hypothesis regarding agreement or disagreement between two concepts. So logic is the conscious instrument. Human persons gifted with conscious instruments are inborn logicians. Notion or idea of something, either from theoretical perspective or from pragmatic perspective or from both theoretical perspective and pragmatic perspective, is called a concept. Each concept is a constituent of a judgment. The established relation of agreement or disagreement between two concepts is called a judgment. Now whenever we try to express an established relation or a judgment or a framed hypothesis in language, then it is called a proposition. So a proposition is a judgment. A proposition is a judgment expressed in language. We framed relation of agreement or disagreement between two concepts in our conscience. And when we express, here it is expressed, man is mortal, then it is called a proposition. So man is mortal is a proposition, man is not immortal is a proposition. A proposition is a judgment expressed in language. Once again, I am repeating. Instrument is of two kinds: unconscious instrument and conscious instrument. Chalk, duster, board, pen, paper, pencil, etc. are unconscious elements. An act of conscience is called conscious instruments. I have defined logic as a conscious instrument, inborn capacity of a human person. Possessors of conscious instrument are called inborn logicians. Inborn logicians, that means possessors of conscious instrument, try to establish a notion or idea regarding something either from theoretical perspective or from pragmatic perspective or from both theoretical perspective and pragmatic perspective. That notion or idea of something is called a concept. We try to establish a relation of agreement or difference between two concepts. Estimated relation is called judgment. When we express a judgment in language, it is called a proposition. Now let us try to understand concept and judgment. Idea or notion of something is called concept. Our conscious instrument tries to compare two perspectives of something, theoretical perspective and pragmatic perspective. When a notion or idea is framed in our conscience regarding the relation of agreement or disagreement between two perspectives of something, then it is called concept. Notion or idea of something regarding the relation of agreement or disagreement between theoretical perspective and pragmatic perspective is called a concept. When we framed a hypothesis or try to find out a relation of agreement or disagreement between two concepts such as man and mortality, two concepts, then framed relation or estimated relation or framed hypothesis or find out relation of agreement or disagreement between two concepts is called a judgment. When we express framed relation or find out relation or estimated relation between two concepts, then that expression is called a proposition. So a proposition is the expression of the estimated relation or framed hypothesis regarding agreement or disagreement between two concepts, or a proposition is the expression of a judgment in language. A proposition is the expression of a judgment in language. Now, my dear friends, try to remember that a proposition is the expression of agreement or disagreement. That means a proposition is the expression of affirmative relation or negative relation between two concepts. A proposition is the expression of affirmative relation or negative relation between two concepts. Now let us try to understand scientific temperament. Scientific temperament. The will or enthusiasm or zeal or passion which inspires a human person gifted with conscious instrument or inborn capacity or innate idea to compare two perspectives of something, theoretical perspective and pragmatic perspective, to frame a hypothesis or to estimate a relation or to find out a relation or to search out a relation between two concepts, a relation between two concepts, and to express framed hypothesis or estimated relation in language is called scientific temperament. That means scientific temperament is the will or enthusiasm or zeal or passion of a human person gifted with conscious instrument or inborn capacity to express unerring knowledge. That means wisdom or vidya, unerring knowledge regarding the relation of agreement or disagreement between two concepts, such as man is mortal. Man is mortal is the relation of agreement or affirmative relation, or man is not immortal. Man is not immortal, negative relation or relation of disagreement. Our Constitution of India has been inspiring us to develop scientific temperament. That means to develop will or enthusiasm or zeal or passion with a view to compare two perspectives of something, two perspectives of a concept, theoretical perspective and pragmatic perspective, to frame a hypothesis or to search out a relation of agreement or disagreement between two concepts, and to express estimated relation in language. It has been mentioned in part 4a, fundamental duties, and article 51a, H and J, that it is the fundamental duty of each and every citizen of India to develop will or enthusiasm or zeal or passion, that is scientific temperament. It has been mentioned to develop scientific temper, humanism and the spirit of inquiry and reform. Now, it is our fundamental duty as citizens of India, it is our constitutional duty as citizens of India, as well as moral responsibility as human persons gifted with inborn capacity or innate idea to develop scientific temperament so that we may lead our motherland towards her desired destination. Now, my dear friends, Mahatma Gandhi, the eminent leader of Indian nationalism, has summarized the entire teaching and learning process and the utility of our inborn capacity or conscious instrument or logic in a single sentence. I am quoting that sentence of Mahatma Gandhi. Those who know how to think, those who know how to think need no teacher. Those who know how to think need no teacher. That how to think is the utility. How to think is the utility of logic. How to think is the utility of our inborn capacity. How to think is the utility of conscious instrument in our teaching and learning process. It is an impossible task before finite rational beings to make a class or teaching and learning process fruitful and effective one without our conscious instrument, that is logic. So each human person gifted with innate idea or inborn capacity or conscious instrument is a logician. Teaching and learning process is useless without conscious instrument. I have defined that conscious instrument as logic. So what is logic? Logic is the conscious instrument. Next part, I shall try to discuss proposition and its different parts. In part 2, proposition part B, I shall try to discuss proposition and different parts of a proposition. Thank you.